Welcome back to Scout Report. We've teamed up with Man City Kids, Manchester City's new app and website. So this week we're looking at 5 Man City Wonderkids ready to light up the world of football. Download the app for quizzes, exclusive content, behind the scenes and the chance to win a very special experience at Manchester City's first home game next season. Make sure to register as a junior citizen and you can end up walking out with the team when they face Huddersfield. But for now, back to the Wonderkids. 5. Phil Foden. We start with the sky blue through and through. Phil Foden, who was born just around the corner and is a lifelong City fan. Despite having only turned 18 in May 2018, the youngster is already a familiar face in English football. In 2017-18, Foden broke into Guardiola's first team and made 10 appearances for the Citizens, including 5 in the Premier League, which qualified him for a winner's medal. And while the creative midfielder has impressed at the Etihad, his performances at international level have also caught the eye of Three Lions fans. 2017 was a huge year for the youngster as England came runners-up in the Under-17 European Championship and won the Under-17 World Cup in India. Foden himself won the Golden Ball for Best Player at the tournament shortly before picking up Young Sports Personality of the Year. With all his Prem appearances coming from off the bench, the youngster's been patient in waiting for his chance in the senior squad. And it's paying off, as Foden has made his mark on the pitch, creating a chance every 30 minutes for Pep's team. The Englishman has been on fire in the Under-23s as well, directly contributing 11 goals in 9 league appearances. The good news for City and England fans is that Guardiola sees a big future for Foden at Manchester City. He might be waiting for a prolonged run in the team, but he still has 3 years till his 21st birthday. 4. Brahim Diaz. Another outstanding creator to spawn from Manchester City's youth ranks is Spanish sensation Brahim Diaz. Signed from his hometown club in Malaga, he is already proving to be a wise acquisition for the Citizens. Diaz made his first team debut for City when he'd just turned 17, becoming the 4th youngest player in the club's history to make a senior appearance. And he's since gone on to make 11 under Guardiola. Like Foden, Diaz has been gaining experience from the bench of the senior setup, but his form in the Under-23 suggests he is a highly influential footballer. In 33 league appearances for the reserves, the Spaniard has been directly involved in 21 goals. He's been used on the left and on the right, and as a number 10 and as a centre forward. So the future looks positive, as we all know that Pep loves versatility. Perhaps Diaz's most outstanding attribute is his dribbling. In 53 minutes of Champions League football in 17-18, the youngster completed 11 take-ons. Having attempted 12, he's recorded a success rate of 92%. While Diaz's numbers are clearly unsustainable, they suggest a very promising future. The teenager is also confident when linking up with his teammates and completes 89% of his passes. And while this is somewhat typical in a Pep side, it is also very impressive for a young player who spends most of his time in the final third. And it proves that he is well equipped for a spot in Guardiola's squad next season. 3. Leah Roebuck. Goalkeeper Leah Roebuck has been making waves after signing her first professional contract with City at the beginning of 2018 at just 18 years old. This season has been career-defining in many ways for the youngster, as Roebuck made 11 appearances in the Women's Super League as well as making her Champions League debut for the Blues. As Man City finished as runners-up in the WSL and the Continental Cup this year, Roebuck attributed their success to an excellent team bond on and off the pitch, but stats suggest her personal performances deserve a little more credit. For every 90 minutes played, Roebuck has been making 1.9 stops, with her save-to-shot ratio sitting at a healthy 65.6%. Having racked up 4 clean sheets in 11 games, Roebuck is only conceding a goal every 89 minutes. As a stalwart between the sticks this campaign, Roebuck maintained her 100% catch success rate for the 2nd successive season. The teenager's game is still improving rapidly, particularly her distribution, as she's completing 92% of passes this season compared to 25.4 last campaign. A memorable save against Chelsea earned her a Save of the Season nomination at the FA WSL Awards, as well as a place on the shortlist for the PFA Women's Young Player of the Year, recognition of her impressive development. 2. Georgia Stanley. Another player who should be on your Manchester radar is Georgia Stanley, who, much like Roebuck, forced her name into the headlines during a game against Chelsea. The 19-year-old won the FA WSL Goal of the Season for her spectacular goal against Chelsea in February. while her impressive tally of 5 goals and 3 assists in just 14 games helped her win a nomination for Young Player of the Year too. Stanley's positive play has seen her become a vital figure in City's team and their success after creating 20 chances last season. Stanley averaged 1.4 per 90 minutes. One of the most lethal parts of the forwards game is her ability with the ball at her feet. Stanley made an impressive 39 dribbles over the course of the season. That's an average of 2.8 per game with a 56.4% success rate, a huge improvement on her one-to-one success the previous term. Stanley's defensive output has evolved greatly over her time at City, as last season saw her chances and interceptions numbers climb. This season, she's been making 1.6 tackles per game, almost double the figure she managed last campaign. These improvements prove that Stanley's stock is on a steep incline. Still just a teenager, gaining minutes and experience in Manchester means her future in blue is looking exceptionally bright. 1. Leroy Sani. At number 1, we have Leroy Sani, who is undoubtedly a figure for all Manchester City hopefuls to look up to. Since moving to the Northwest in 2016, the 22-year-old has forced his way into the senior side, where he's made 47 Premier League appearances in the light blue jersey. Despite somehow missing out on the World Cup selection for Germany, Sani has been in impeccable form for Guardiola's side, winning a Premier League winners' medal as well as the PFA Young Player of the Year title last season. City's record-breaking run to the top of the table saw them score 106 goals thanks to their mind-blowing quality and creativity in its team. In the Prem, Sani netted 10 goals in total, or once every 0.4 games. While Kevin De Bruyne topped the league with assists, the youngster wasn't far behind with 15, treble the number managed in his debut campaign, meaning Sane had a direct goal contribution every 0.9 games. KDB led the line for City, contributing an outrageous 3.1 key passes every game, while David Silva was creating 2.1 chances and Raheem Sterling offered 1.7 per 90 minutes. Leroy Sani hasn't looked out of place in this impressively creative squad, making 2.2 key passes per 90 minutes in the league. With 68 successful dribbles in total in the Prem, or 3.2 per game, Leroy Sani has been the most successful dribbler in Manchester and the 5th in the league. Playing alongside the world-class talent that's present in this bionic City squad has no doubt helped Leroy Sani to develop his own star quality, and at just 22 years old, he looks right at home. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to download the Man City Kids app for a chance to win 2 tickets to Man City v Huddersfield and the opportunity to walk out with the first team at the Etihad. Click here for some EFD World Cup content and don't forget to like and subscribe.